What's going on, everybody? This is JB from the Post Game Report podcast. So I've talked about Asteroids and how in 1979 it was the first game that I discovered in the arcades. It was at the back of a bodega, and I saw the arcade cabinet sitting there, and somebody gave me a quarter to try it out. So, as cheesy as Asteroids look, and you're going to see it right here, the game was difficult, especially for a 7-year-old who had no idea what the hell a video game cabinet was. And when I say cabinet, I mean, the entire arcade. The cabinet is what it sits on. So here you're seeing that I have a little triangle spaceship shooting these little dots at asteroids. And then they randomly scatter, and you have to get out of the way by hitting, in this case, the left thumbstick. You press up on the left thumbstick, and that controls your throttle. But you can't go crazy, or you can't go crazy hitting the throttle too much, because then you float uncontrollably. So you have to tap on the throttle, move out of the way of these rocks, and then shoot at the same time. So you're shooting, aiming, and in this case, it looks like I'm not aiming because I'm just randomly shooting. But what I used to do when I was a little more familiar with Asteroids at the time, I would spin around in one spot and just shoot, and then shatter the rocks, shatter the asteroids, and then hope that I can clear the level. Here you're going to see me get a little more comfortable with the thrusting, or the throttling, not the thrusting, you perverts. And then you see this, little UFO coming at you. They shoot at you as well. And you can see how you get a burst of 3 shots, but you have to kind of time it correctly, because if you waste that burst, an asteroid is going to come at you and you can't shoot it in time. So I'm getting out of the way with the thrust, and I'm trying not to thrust into the UFO. So it's there's a lot going on, especially for someone who has a brain injury and who has these cognitive issues where too much decision making and timing and response time is really challenged right now for me. So playing this is kind of a challenge, and it's kind of therapeutic for me, but a little frustrating because I have to realize that I don't have the skills that I once had. So this is a good test for me to see how much I can play. I do get mental fatigue, so playing something like this for too long will definitely cause mental fatigue. Like after I did one podcast already. Well, not podcast. I talked about Qbert. I did one video. I uploaded it on my other account. After this, I'm probably gonna go to sleep because I've done a lot today. But yeah, this is the first video game that I played, and hearing the music, hearing the sound effects, I mean, it just brought me back. It brought me back to when I was 7 years old, and I was lost. I was like, what am I doing here? So imagine being 7 years old and you're playing this specific game and nobody can tell you what you're supposed to do. Imagine, how far would you get, at 7 years old playing this game? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. This is Asteroids. This is the legendary game that got me into video games. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section if you played Asteroids, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.